Hello and welcome to a new video on this channel. Today I want to show you how to jump with your race and freeride gear, and if you're already a skilled rider and you want to make the next step, how to jump faster and higher so your jumps are going to look like this. So I'm glad you're taking your time to improve your skills in this amazing sport, and if you're new here and you want to see more tutorials, funny vlogs and other interesting video projects from a professional windsurfer's point of view, make sure to subscribe right now and join one of the fastest growing windsurfing community, windsurfing channel here on YouTube. However, if you've already been around here for a while, you know already that I always try to say thanks to the community and give back by doing, for example, giveaways. But right now it's time for you to start jumping around at your local spot. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you might wonder is, how in the world do I launch into the air from completely flat water? And this is actually going to take quite some effort, since we're not kite surfing and just pulling the bar with the pinky finger and launching 10 meters into the air. So I prepared my board right here so you can exactly see what I'm doing with my legs and my feet. And obviously the first thing you're going to do is you're going to unhook from your harness. Also, you obviously need to be in your foot straps, and you don't want to go full speed, you want to go fast, but top speed, that helps with jumping in chop, but in absolute flat water you don't want to go the fastest you can go. And best for jumping is if you are going slightly upwind, really just slightly, not too far upwind, just, you know, slightly upwind from a reach. And let me show you how to proceed from then. Just a quick note, this is my smallest board right here, and I took that because it's easier for me on the land, but you can obviously jump with much bigger boards than this. So let me get into the straps. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to bring up the nose of your board, and the way you do this is by pushing the board into the water in the back. So you're going to push with your back leg, and at the same time you're going to pull with your front leg. So the nose is going to come up like this. You're going to get compact in the front, and once the nose is at the highest point you can bring it to, you're going to quickly pull your back leg and stretch the front one. So it's going to kind of look like this. You're pushing with the back leg, pulling the front one and the front arm. Once the nose is at the highest point, you're going to stretch your front leg and pull the back one. So another tip is to grab a little bit further to the back of the boom right before launching to the jump. And also keep in mind that during the jump the sail might open slightly, because you're going to be centered over the board and you're not going to lean in all the way. So for the landing, it's going to be the exact same movement but in reverse. So all you're going to do is extend your back leg. So you're going to touch down with the tail first and then slowly with the rest of the board. So check out how the landing is going to look. You're going to be in the air, and when you feel like you're on the way down, you're going to extend your back leg slightly to touch down with the tail, and then with the rest of the board. During the landing, if you're going to do that movement of stretching your back leg too extreme, you're going to stop or you're going to slow down a lot, which is okay in the beginning, because the last thing you want to do is a catapult crash, because you dove in with your nose first. So better is obviously to land with your tail first, but the goal is to land smooth and to do it full planing, which you can achieve by, you know, slowly landing a little bit smoother every time. Just if you're a little bit scared, start by landing with the tail first, and yeah, in the end you can land almost completely flat. Also, I want to say, keep in mind that the whole procedure of the jump. The takeoff, the landing, everything is going to happen super fast, especially in flat water, because you're not going to jump that high. So everything is going to take place in a short amount of time. So the next step is to jump higher and with more speed. And you don't necessarily need waves for that, but you do need some chop and some proper power in your sail. When jumping from a chop, more speed is definitely helpful to get higher, because the chop is just going to catapult you a little bit higher when you have more speed. Often the chop comes from the same direction as the wind does, so you might need to go a little bit more upwind, and that's absolutely okay. Just don't do it too far ahead of time. Do it right before you hit the chop so you don't lose a lot of speed. And you got to make sure you use that chop as kind of a kicker. And in order to do that, you need to adapt to the shape of the chop with your board. So what I mean by that is you're going to follow along the shape of the chop with your board while launching or right before launching to the air. And what I personally realized is that if you point your nose down slightly right before you hit the chop, you're going to extend the length or the height of the chop, which is going to help you to jump higher. And then you got to practice to get the feel for the wind hitting the board from underneath and carrying you up. So this you just got to practice. And you got to hang in the sail. You're going to lean back, you're going to close the sail, and that's what makes you climb up higher and maintain your velocity throughout the jump. So what's the difference between landing with speed and without speed? So basically, the steeper you hit the chop and the steeper you launch into the air, the more speed you're going to translate into height. So you're going to land with less speed. And on the other hand, when you take off more level and you're going to keep that position in the air and you don't translate so much of your speed into height, that's when you maintain the speed and you can actually land the jump with a lot of speed as well. Also important to mention is the course that you're going to land on. Obviously you can also with this kind of jump land on a reach or a slight upwind, but you can also land on a downwind to maintain more speed during the landing. But this is much more difficult as the sail will load up and you're going to get much more power during the landing. So yeah, it's more difficult, but you're going to be able to maintain more speed in the landing. So to sum it up, if you want to jump higher and keep more speed in your jumps, it's all about control. It's all about getting this feeling for the wind lifting the board from underneath, carrying you up, and getting a feel for the sail in the air, because you can't put fin pressure anymore. Make sure you become really compact. That's what gives you the most control. So arms close to your body, legs close to your body. That's the position you have the most control in. And the landing is pretty much the same as I explained before. So yeah, make sure to get the control, go out there and practice, practice, practice. Don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to leave a like under this video if you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure you also subscribe to the channel, and I see you in the next one. Peace.